everyone, it's Sandy here with the new moon rose reading for the eclipse for the 21st of August 2017, and I really feel strongly today that the reading needed to be done today. The eclipse is actually tomorrow, the new moon is tomorrow, but there is something that is really calling for me to do the reading today. So following the call of spirit to do in right timing, I'm here to do the reading today. So I hope you're all doing well. I know these are tricky times for so many people. All of us seem to be challenged in one way or another to find a path of navigation between these two eclipses, and goodness me, we certainly are being shown anywhere in which there's still clearing to do, in any way that we have to pay attention to our energy, our story, and anything that's come up on our path in this last month in particular that has been calling our attention. So for any of you that follow my path on my personal Facebook page, you'll know that I was actually this time last week I was at a conference and an expo in Orlando in Florida, and this was a New World Consciousness conference that I was a speaker at. And oh, hi Cecilia, hi from Sweden, hi Roberta and Carolyn, thank you for joining me. And yeah, so it's been a busy time. So this conference in Florida was a gathering of thought leaders around new fields of consciousness, new awareness, and a real rich gathering of people from different disciplines, and also people that had brought through new technologies, new energy technologies. So there was a rich sharing of different insights and ideas and ways of working with energy that ultimately can assist all of us in this time of change. And goodness, this eclipse window has been such an amazing and a powerful time for us to have to navigate and work with the complex energies of this time. So what might the roses have in their wisdom to share with us at this point? It's always fascinating to get a sense of perhaps another perspective. There's so much on Facebook, I'm sure all of you have found in your different news feeds, or for those that are seeing this on the newsletter that aren't part of the Facebook tribe. This place of getting some insight into what the energies are really calling us to at this time. And yeah, it's been a real mixed bag of what I've seen that's come up on my Facebook feed that has had quite a broad spectrum of perspective on it. So let's see what the wisdom of the roses might have as an offering and an insight for us at this time. So, are you drawn to rose card 1, to rose card 2, or to rose card 3? So just get a sense of which one's calling you. Hi Vivian, hi, thank you for joining us. So yeah, let's see what the the little flavour or little insight that these roses can offer us to help us navigate really this next piece of the journey, this next piece of our own unfolding, because each one of us has got a different aspect of our own journey that we are working with, that we are actually navigating, so that we can bring more of our higher soul self present. When we have the courage to release another part of our story, it gives us more space in our heart field to bring more and more of our true essence, our true higher soul self essence into body, into present time, so that we can live from that. Hi Kirsty, nice to thank you for joining us. So yes, there is a real sense that there is a bigger picture unfolding here for us. And although I know I've got several clients and friends that have been going through some really tricky things again in this last few weeks, actually ultimately what this purification, this place in which we're being called to get a deeper insight of our soul journey, that allows us more grace, more ease, and to be able to come ever more to forgiveness. That feels to be a real key in the pathway, certainly in my experience over the last few weeks. There's been some more revelations that have come through from conversations with others that have changed my view of my story. And we live from our story. We are governed by the view that we have around our experience and our unfolding. So let's see what these roses have got to say. So again, if you're drawn to rose card 1, rose card 2, or rose card 3. And I don't know about you, but the more I've reviewed this process of choosing one of the cards as an energy signature, I've come to understand actually that it's the weave of the three energies together that can often give us yet a deeper insight of the guidance that they can offer. So if you were drawn to rose card 1, here she is, and she's rose 6. Now this is one of the original roses from the Rose 1 set, the Way of the Rose set. And she sits in the energy healing grid on the body. So what she's doing is she's releasing the stories, helping us with grace and ease to come into that place of receiving the stories. And this beauty sits on the sacral chakra. And this is, I had to smile when this one showed herself as the Rose 1 card, because this Rose 6 sits in the sacral, and she embeds into Rose 1, who sits in the base chakra. So that's our real sort of tribal imprint. And then when you move up into the sacral chakra, here we have what Jung would call the individuation. Who am I inside the tribe? Who am I? What is my purpose? What is my connection to my tribe? So what is my connection to my birth family, the DNA of the land that I birthed into? And as I evolve in my pathway, who am I? And this is the imprint that sits in the sacral chakra. This is the imprint that gives us the true voice, that we express through our throats and through our hearts and through our creative expression in the world. So this is a complex chakra. She's rich and luscious, holds that very sensual, sexual energy, but she holds all of the stories. So it's like, who am I as as a woman? Who am I as a man? How do I feel about my sexuality? How do I feel about my creativity? How do I feel about my ability to hold money, value, energy? Is that sacral chakra a golden chalice, or is it a leaky colander? Have we still got wounds and stories that we leak out our precious life force and energy? And this chakra is also the chakra that we hold our sense of self-love, self-value and self-esteem. So if you were drawn to Rose Card 1 today, she's calling you to really dive into the depth of that beautiful chalice in the sacral chakra, and really check out that she is a golden chalice, not a leaky colander. This place of richness and abundance. If we haven't got a place of stability in that base and second chakra, it's much more difficult for us to take this journey up to the heart and up to the pineal and really have a strong connection with Source. This is our root. This is our grounded place of presence. And it's absolutely essential that we are enough in body to be really connected and rooted and feel that we have a really healthy and grounded sense of presence in our bodies. Cecilia's asking, is that Rosemar 5? I think you've got behind. I haven't got my glasses on, but she says, I am inner strength. So she is the Rosemar of inner strength. So yes, this Rose, really powerful. If you called her today, the place to go is to take your energy down into that sacral chakra and into that real sense of rooted presence in yourself, and a sense of self-love, self-value, self-appreciation, and awareness that this is the root that allows for your unique creativity to be expressed through her energy. She's, as I say, she's really luscious, and you can see her center. So there is an openness here. There is a real sense of know thyself. What is it above the temple in Delphi? It says, know thyself, and to thine own self be true. And this is the essence. My sense is this is part of what this journey from between these two eclipses has been calling us to. To really dive ever deeper, so that we have this rooted and grounded sense of self, and we know that that's our secure place. That is our grounded place, so that we can then go out into the world without someone going and being able to blow us over. It's really good and present. And of course, we've spoken of this before, that there is an activation beyond this core chakra system that opens us out into the Earth Star and the Soul Star. Beyond that, to the Stellar Gateway and the Gaia Gateway, which creates another geometry of presence for us. So when we root down into that Earth Star chakra, she too informs us that we are at home with ourselves, at home in ourselves. And and also in the place that we're at, so that we can really feel at home where we are, not only in here, but also in the larger temple, the larger template of our lives. So, yeah, lovely rose to choose if you chose rose card 1. If you chose rose card 2, if she was the one that called you, here she is, and she's Rose Angel 6. Now, Rose Angel 6 is one of the Rose Angels, the transformers for the 5 wounds to love. So she allows us to harness the jewels. So these are the jewels that as we transform, as we heal these wounded places within us where we hold story, we access the jewels to go into the crown of our sovereign being, whether we're in masculine form or feminine form this lifetime. You know, we are moving to this sovereign place of self, to our authentic queen and to our authentic king. That requires us to have harnessed the jewels from the wounded places that we contracted to deal with this lifetime. This is where we chose to come to polish the diamond. So these jewels then go up into the crown, and this is what illuminates the crown and allows more of the higher frequencies to come in to activate the heart field at yet another level. So this rose sits on the throat, and she is the transformer of the jewel of denial to the jewel of truth. So she's calling us to find these places in which we really show up with our truth, and we have the courage to speak our truth. It's interesting, no happenstance then, that this rose on the sacral brings us to the higher octave of this expression on the throat. The throat is the higher octave of the sacral chakra. So this is like this this place in which we have to find this clear, truthful expression of what is our gut wisdom, what is our knowing. And this is what activates the wise woman, or that real trust in that gut feeling that allows us to clear the energies. When we speak out, the energy is cleared and out there. When we choose not to, for fear perhaps, or old programming, then we swallow it back down again, and it gets locked into the body and ultimately corrupts the cellular structure of the body. This period of time, this window of time, in this eclipse window, and also in my experience, this has got a connection back to the eclipse season that we had in February, March. This new moon eclipse feels to me to have a flavour of the eclipse that we had at the end of February. So whatever might have been in motion for you then is also coming up for a review again at this point, and perhaps another level of clearing. Oh, hi Ashley, hi Heather. I see several more of you have joined joined the party, joined the rose party today. So this this rose is you can see, I mean, she's got such fineness and such beauty, but complexity. So we know that when we speak, our words carry a frequency, they carry an energy that goes out in the world, and once we've spoken, we can't take those words back. So there is a a place in which we really need to be quite clear about what we speak. My pranic healing master always said, you know, it matters. It matters more what comes out of your mouth than what goes in it. So it's like, you know, first be kind, first be aware of the fact that your words have got a frequency and they will carry the energy out there. So if you drew or called for Rose card 2, she's calling you to look at some aspect of your expression. And, you know, is there anywhere in which you are denying your innate wisdom? And, you know, that can be to yourself. That might not even be that it's about denying somebody else. It's about the fact that you can, through not acknowledging and not owning the fact that this is how you feel about something, you're actually denying yourself, denying your own ability to trust your own wisdom. So, powerful rose for us at this point, because it really feels to me that this moon has an amazing opportunity for us, this eclipse, to be absolutely super clear about what it is that we're releasing, and allowing us that pause point to embrace the new. There is, you know, I haven't put any of my, there is nothing on my website, there are no classes, there is nothing on my website at the moment about the future. It's like this is a complete pause point that allows us to refresh, reframe, and then to put out the new, in the new frequency that is post this eclipse. Very important, very powerful. So here she is. She's reminding you about this power of communication and your clear expression. And if you chose Rose card 3, she is Rose 3. And Rose 3 again is one of the original roses from the first set. So this tells me 2 out of the 3 roses has been about the clearing and the aligning in the physical body. So she sits on the spleen chakra, and she connects in with the spleen pancreas energies. This rose is really calling us to joy. The spleen is a filter for the blood. She's also the entry portal for solar prana, and that solar prana gets distributed around the body into the different chakras in the vibrational frequencies that are needed within that chakra system. So she is calling us to open to joy, open to the sweetness in life. And I've spoken to 3 people in this last 24 hours that are all really, really aware of this window that this time's offering us to let go of the pain and the suffering of the past. To really be so clear that we are in a creative portal for the future. And to let go of that imprint, let go of that storyline that has got pain and suffering embedded in it. This is the time to really rebirth and to choose anew. And she is the one that is calling us to it. No, that place, the spleen for me has often got a real sense of defining I. So she's calling you to dance. She's calling you to find these places where on a daily basis you bring joy into your experience, into just this presence and this awareness of the magnificence of nature. Nature is essential for us to really embed in at this point, to be able to spend time each day in nature that can recalibrate and help us to come back into centre. So these are really powerful combination of cards that give us an imprint to go to hold true to for this coming time, to bring ourselves into body, to dance, to move the body, to come into presence, into this place of self-love, self-value, self-appreciation, and compassion for our journey, compassion for the choices that we've made on the journey. To always come to this place of owning our truth, being able to express our truth in the kindest and the most honourable way that we can, and then find movement into joy so that we are liberated from the shackles of the past, from the programs, the script of the past, so that we can create from a new template. This place in which the moon moves across the face of the sun gives us this opportunity, this pause point to reflect and renew. And actually in Vedic astrology, which is the training that I've done, and I wouldn't call myself an astrologer by any stretch of the imagination. It is a lifetime's learning, but it was the Vedic Jyotish, the science of light, that called me in the first place. In the Vedic tradition, we would not choose to go out to view the eclipse, but to stay in reflection and meditation. So this is these are powerful roses for these times, and just also to say that beyond this eclipse, so the eclipse, when the moon goes across the face of the sun, what ultimately happens is there becomes a ring. Now you can look at this from an esoteric point of view as a sacred marriage, and you will notice as the moon gradually moves across the face, so a ring is shown, almost like a diamond ring. And this is the potent and deeper esoteric meaning of this eclipse pathway. If we choose to look at it on that way, it can offer us an inner sacred marriage, a dance that comes into its perfect form of masculine, feminine inside us, the being and the doingness, and the honouring of the truth within us. And that opens up a portal for this third energy that is created when the two energies come into balance within us. And this, in the Christic tradition, is called the divine child, but it is a pure creative portal of connection to source that brings us into total alignment and flow of our lives. So hence, going through this portal enables us to come to a new voice and a new pathway that can open up for us beyond the eclipse. And just to add too, that in the Vedic tradition, we look at things in a very slightly different way because the chart's different. But the 24th of August is also a very potent date when Rahu, the north node of the moon, is conjunct Mars at a critical point in the chart, in a Vedic chart called the Gandanta point, which is right between Cancer and Leo. So just also be aware of the energies on the 24th, because they could be quite intense too. So, to end my reading today, I just want to share some really lovely news. That while I was in Orlando, I had a call from my son to say that he had proposed to his girlfriend, and so I'm actually leaving here in a minute to go to a celebration with my son and his fiancée, Sally. And so how interesting, I've been talking about this ring around the sun, and my son has just announced his engagement. So there is this coming on, and also I've got new online classes which are going to be in a super sleek, easily downloadable formula, which we've had all sorts of issues with downloading the online classes. So that bit's coming. And also I've held off posting up any of the new classes and retreats, and I've got an exciting new website I'm working on, and these will all be revealed as we go through this eclipse window, and it just felt that they wanted to come out in the new energies after this eclipse. So anyway, I do wish you a very blessed day tomorrow, whatever you're doing, and yeah, just release and release and release on this very potent wave of energies, and then, you know, be open to the new pathways, the new gifts, and the new opportunities that will come your way. So until next, with much love and rosy blessings. Bye.